My name is Alexander Ma. I'm the New York City Admissions Counselor for Binghamton University, and I'd like to say congratulations on being admitted to Binghamton University and Harper College. This year we received over 40,000 applications, so it's a really big accomplishment to be accepted. So as we get started, I'd like to shift over to my colleagues in admissions, so if they can briefly introduce themselves.
Hi everyone, I'm Stephanie. I'm in admissions and I'm excited to answer your questions today.
Hi everybody, my name is Christy Friedrichsen. I'm also an admissions counselor and I'm so excited you were able to tune in.
Hey everybody, I'm Craig Broccoli, Associate Director of Admissions, also with Alex, based in New York City. Congrats.
Hey folks, congratulations. My name is Byron Gittens. I'm a Senior Assistant Director here and I'm regionally based in Connecticut, and congratulations, hats off to you.
Hi, everyone. My name is David Babb. I am the Regional Assistant Director based in New Jersey, and congrats on your admission.
Well, awesome. Thanks, everyone. So also joining us is Harper Advisement. So can we start with Michelle, please?
Sure. Hi, everyone. Congratulations on your acceptance to Harper College. My name is Michelle Jones, and I'm the Director of Harper Academic Advising.
Hello, everyone. My name is Sarah Cleo, and I work for Harper Advising. Congratulations on your acceptance to Binghamton University.
Hi everyone, I'm Cara Donato. I am a General Academic Advisor in Harper College, and as everyone has been saying, congrats.
Hi everyone, I'm Claire Barnhart, also Harper Advisor.
And we have a ton of students joining us today as well. So please, our tour guides.
Hi guys, I'm Jillian. I am a senior double majoring in English and political science.
Hi everyone, my name is Dario. I'm a junior here double majoring in biology and history.
Hi everyone, my name is Aisha. I'm a junior double majoring in political science and Africana studies.
Hi guys, my name is Emily. I'm a junior double majoring in human development and sociology.
Hi guys, my name is Kristen. I'm currently a junior who just finished my philosophy, politics, and law major, and I'm currently on the accelerated track to get my master's in business administration.
Hi everyone, I'm Rachel. I'm a senior double majoring in integrative neuroscience and comparative literature.
Hey everyone, my name is Matt. I'm a senior biology major on the pre-med track, minoring in Spanish.
Cool. I think that is everyone. So to kick things off,
Binghamton University was built on the liberal arts. Founded in 1946 as Triple Cities College, we became Harper College in 1950, the liberal arts college of the newly established State University of New York system. From the outset, we were committed to the value of a liberal arts education, to produce graduates who could think big and work to solve the world's problems. Flash forward 70 years, and Harper has remained true to that vision, offering a first-rate education, bringing together the top tier of SUNY students with world-class faculty and scholars. At Harper, we offer life-changing experiences. Our students learn how to analyze and interpret data, reason, and express themselves, be it through writing, dance, you name it. They take courses from a wide range of disciplines that help them look at the world from unique perspectives and gain broad exposure to topics and issues happening nationally and across the globe. Harper students work with renowned faculty in a variety of settings, from state-of-the-art labs to the new Smart Energy Building, Nature Preserve, our theaters, dance and art studios, to far-flung locations around the world. They collaborate with faculty on groundbreaking research on everything from pancreatic cancer to the most polite way to punctuate a text message. In our 70-plus year history, we have grown and changed to meet the demands of our students and society with the creation of dozens of new programs and institutes. Harper graduates enter the world with open eyes and broadened minds. It's no wonder so many of our alumni have gone on to become leaders and global citizens and stewards. In 7 decades, we've created a legacy, one defined by exploration and discovery. A college where students learn to solve problems, to think deeply. A respected world-class institution known for producing independent thinking, culturally literate students, and publishing pioneering research. We've fulfilled our mission thus far, and there's no telling how much more we can achieve.
So as you can see, Harper College is the heart and soul of Binghamton University, so it provides a lot of flexibility on what our students can do and study across all different areas of study. And if you're completely undecided too, that's perfectly okay. So as our job in admissions ends for the class of 2024, is that correct? Yeah. So then we actually pass the torch over to our colleagues in Harper Advisement. So I actually like to reintroduce Michelle Jones, the Director of Harper Advisement.
Great, thank you, Alex. Alex, do you mind showing? Oh, perfect, appreciate it. I'll let Alex load that up. And again, my name is Michelle Jones and I'm the Director of Harper Advising. Thank you for joining us today and congratulations on your acceptance. I would like to quickly show you all the academic programs Harper has to offer and also the academic advising you'll receive while you're in Harper College. So first, Harper College is the heart of the university. We are the largest of all the colleges and schools, and in fact, 67% of the undergraduate population resides in Harper College. Harper College also offers over 40 different majors and programs. I'll wait for Alex. There we go, thank you. We offer over 40 different majors and programs. Our program offerings include and range from Africana Studies, Art and Design. We have various languages. We offer geography, math, biochemistry, environmental studies, neuroscience, and we have an individualized major program as well. Because I don't have unlimited time with you, I would recommend that you take a look at the link that we have at the bottom of the screen here. That is an overview of all of the majors and programs that we offer here at the university, within Harper College. So in Harper College, our mission is simple. We want to transmit and create knowledge about the world in which we live, and we do this through natural worlds and math, human expression, identities, and human understanding. We teach analytical research and communication skills that enable students to function effectively in a knowledge-based global society. And we cultivate a culture of curiosity, free inquiry, and creativity that enables students to realize their potential. In Harper College, we have a fairly unique advising structure, and I wanted to go over that with you. And so in Harper College, our students have a dual advising team. And so you will be working with 2 advisors throughout your time here in Harper College. So your one team is the team that I have the pleasure of working with, and that's the Harper Academic Advising team. And in Harper Advising, we help students explore their majors and minor offerings. We also help them further understand general education requirements and also the college requirements that are unique to our Harper College students. We're going to be going over degree planning with them, and we also really value integrating our co-curricular experiences. So we're going to help you move that into your degree plan as well. And then we'll be assessing degree applicability for financial aid purposes too. And then if you know your major, or once you declare your major, you'll also have a faculty or professional advisor whom resides within that academic department. And they're going to discuss the nuances of the field, go over major and minor requirements, and they'll also review with you too special programs that are within the major, such as maybe honors programs, research, independent studies, etc. And throughout your time here, don't forget you'll be working with both your Harper Advising and your departmental advisor, and that's what makes up your advising team. Awesome. Thank you. In Harper Advising, we have 6 general advisors, we have grad assistants, we have peer advisors. We're located over in Old Champlain Hall, and our phone number and our email address are right up on the screen too. Harper Advising is also home to pre-health and pre-law advising. So I know many of you are interested in the possibility of entering in graduate programs in health or perhaps even going to law school. And so the pre-health advising team, we assist students who are interested in possibly going to maybe medical school, dental, optometry, vet, etc., any of those programs out there. And we have a team-based approach. So our freshman and sophomore team members, those are the 6 people who are on the left-hand side of the screen. They will be working with our students throughout their time here, and they'll be working with the freshman and sophomore class. And our junior and senior class advisor is Dr. Thomas Langhorn. Our website and our email address are right up on the screen too. Okay. Awesome. And pre-law advising is also within Harper Academic Advising. Alex Jablonski is our pre-law advisor. His email and his website are right up on the screen for you. He assists students with career exploration and degree planning, any student who's interested in the legal field, whether it's going to law school or anything that has to do with legal aspects. He hosts a variety of pre-law related workshops. He helps students find scholarships and internships. He also helps students with law school applications and post-law application assistance too. And a fun fact for everyone, 85% of our BU students who apply to law school are accepted. The national average is about 78%. And as Alex was saying before too, we, Harper Advising and your faculty advisors, will be working with you from the time that you start orientation, actually a little bit before orientation, all the way to your graduation. And we'll be working with you to help you understand your degree requirements and also help you integrate your co-curricular experiences in with your degree too. Thank you.
Awesome, thank you very much, Michelle. So as you can see, Harper Advisement is actually very important for all students, and they stick with you for all 4 years of your college and actually beyond. So at this point, we'll also move to our panel now, where we will answer some questions live. So this question is first for the tour guides, if you can. So for those of you who are double majoring or switching between majors, what was that experience like? Sure, Dario?
Hey, yeah, so I actually came in declared as a biology major. And then I took, everyone has to take gen eds here, like you have to take classes in every single subject, or I should say in multiple subjects, no matter what major you are. So I actually ended up taking a lot of history classes to fulfill my gen eds, just because I always liked history. And so I was a bio major taking a lot of history classes. And after a couple semesters of it, I started having the same professors, and I liked them a lot. I liked how the classes were organized. And so I asked my professor about how I should go about picking up a double major if I wanted to do it. I went to Harper Advising and I asked them, we looked at my schedule, make sure that I was on track to graduate when I wanted to and that I could fit in the double major. And then after that, I went to the department, I met with the department head, and they had me sign the forms right there. It was pretty easy.
Cool, great, awesome, thank you very much. So this question is actually back to Michelle. So how do AP courses or IB courses transfer over into Harper College and Binghamton?
Yeah, so we will accept a total of 32 credits from exam-based coursework, which includes AP and IB. And students who score a 3 or higher in AP exams, the credits will transfer over. We will accept a score of 4 or higher on higher level IB exams. And if you take a look at the Harper Advising website, we actually list the equivalencies that students will earn and also the gen ed credits that students will earn from each of those AP and IB exams.
Cool, awesome, thank you very much. Also, so back to our students actually, so how do you handle the coursework when you're double majoring or even triple majoring or major and minoring?
I can go. Yeah, so I mean, I definitely think it's a very personal preference. It's going to depend on how you like to organize your things. I'm someone who sticks very much towards a schedule. So like I have a calendar and it's like, you know, all color coded where reds are deadlines and stuff like that. So I think it's definitely, you know, making sure that you budget enough time and you don't overcommit yourself. I would come in, you know, as a freshman and don't think that I have to, you know, triple major and add all these 3 things to stick out, and definitely do something that, you know, you feel comfortable with. We do also have free tutoring here on campus. So that's definitely something to take advantage of. We have a critical thinking lab. We have a writing lab. So whether it's a paper assignment or, you know, a chemistry tutor, you can definitely find resources on campus that will help you adjust to, you know, that course load.
Awesome, thank you very much. So I've been seeing a lot of questions in the Q&A. So they're actually asking about different research opportunities Binghamton has on campus. Michelle, can you speak a little bit about that? And if any tour guides have any research experience, you can chime in too.
Sure. So at Binghamton University, we have research opportunities for our undergraduate students, which is pretty unique. Not every university offers that for undergrad students. And our research opportunities are within humanities, science, and math. Research opportunities pop up all the time. We have students who participate in the freshman research immersion program. We have students who participate in summer research programs, and we have students who pick up research maybe in their junior or senior year too. So it really ranges. And we also have an office that is dedicated to research opportunities too. But I would love to turn the floor over to the tour guide so they could talk about their own personal experiences.
I'll go. So I did the freshman, well, it's now called the first year research immersion program, I think. So I did that my first year and a half. And as somebody who wanted to go to med school, like that's a kind of a requirement that you have to do it. So I figured it was a great way for me to dip my toes in early and get a sense of whether or not research was even something I wanted to do in the future, because as a science major, you are expected to choose like a route pretty soon of whether you want to go health or whether you want to do research. And by being able to get that experience early, it really gave me a good sense. Well, one, that I didn't want to do research my entire career, but also gave me a really good experience for later on in college as well.
Awesome, thank you very much. So another question that we're getting a lot is it hard to switch majors? And so what's that process like? And can you double major across different schools at Binghamton too?
I would love to take that question. So all of our students in Harper College, they're actually admitted as undecided. And so we do not require our students to declare their major within their first semester. And in fact, we encourage our students to continue to explore their options that they have here in Harper College. As you saw from the list before, we have over 40 different majors, and then each of those majors have various concentrations. So in total, we have over 100 different major possibilities within Harper College. It is not uncommon for our students to double major within Harper College, and that's pursuing 2 majors within the college. Students who want to pursue a major within Harper College and also a major outside of Harper, let's say it's in school management in Watson, that is called a double degree. And students are able to apply for a double degree with about 2 semesters into their time here at the university. And then they'd have to be accepted, and then they would pursue a double degree. And double degree, you would follow both sets of school requirements, and students are also required to graduate with at least 156 credits.
Great, thank you. And just a follow-up to that, how early should I declare my major or for a double degree or double major?
Okay, it's very situational. For a double degree, I would say the sooner it's great. We usually have students who are continuing to explore majors throughout their freshman and sophomore year. So we do really encourage students to really figure out what majors are a strong possibility for them throughout their freshman year, and then narrow down their choices their sophomore year. And then that way, junior and senior year, they have their majors down for that.
Awesome, thank you very much. And Emily, did you want to speak about the process of switching over?
I'm actually a dual degree, so I was just able to resonate with that question. I came in actually with admitted into CCPA, the College of Community and Public Affairs, as a human development major. And then I realized I had a good amount of transfer credits, and I was able to graduate in 4 years and still pick up a second degree. And so I knew I was interested in sociology, which is in Harper. So similar, I did the process that they were just talking about. I sat down with the Harper advisor, make sure I had the grades that I could be accepted into Harper. I sat down with the sociology department, made sure I'd be able to complete all of the requirements in the 4 years, and then I was able to be accepted my sophomore year. And I'm in 2 schools.
Great, awesome. So for the tour guides, have any of you studied abroad? What was that experience like, and how did that affect your coursework?
Yeah, so I went to Spain 2 summers ago, and that really worked well for me, because being pre-med and minoring and everything, like taking a semester abroad was so daunting to me, because I was really afraid I wasn't going to be able to get certain classes in, because some classes are only offered like fall or spring. So summer worked so well for me. I got to spend a month there. It got like half of my Spanish minor completely done. Being fully immersed, if you're interested in a language, studying abroad is really the only way to do it, because if you're going to classes, you can be fully immersed in that class, but then you walk out and everyone's speaking English again. So for me, it was a great experience in learning. I also got a million great pictures that I share with every single person of my time there. Really great experience, highly recommend. Even if you're like on the edge about it, just study abroad, assuming you're able to travel.
Awesome, thank you very much. So I think some of the attendees joined a little late, Michelle. So are students given one advisor, or can they come to anyone?
Oh, I'm glad they asked that question. So in Harper Advising, we do not assign advisors to students, and we do that on purpose. That way, our students have the choice of, if they connect with a particular advisor, they can self-assign themselves to that advisor, or as a matter of convenience, they can see who is next available. And so it's really a matter of personal choice for our students.
Sure, and to follow up with that, is it required that students have to meet with their advisors?
It is not required, just strongly encouraged.
Awesome, thank you very much. Another question that we saw from the Q&A is that, can you speak a little bit about the accelerated programs that we have at Binghamton and possibly some of the 4+1s?
Sure, absolutely. So we have a number of accelerated programs here in Harper College. We have some accelerated programs where students will earn their bachelor's degree and their master's degree within the same department. So for example, history, you would in 5 years earn your bachelor's degree and then your master's of arts degree too. We also have accelerated programs outside of Harper College. And so students can major in a particular major in Harper College, and then in an accelerated pace, they would earn a degree such as their MBA or MPA or an engineering degree. And I want to say, I think we do have 4-1 agreements with almost all the schools in Binghamton University.
Awesome. And Kristen, can you speak a little bit about you being in PPL and going on to your MBA?
Yeah, so I actually came in and right away I thought I wanted to like go to law school, so I started taking classes for a philosophy, politics, and law major. After a little bit of time at Binghamton, you know, I had the typical college student crisis, and I realized that that is not what I wanted to do. I got an internship, so I looked at what I did. I talked to advising, both for the personal school of the business management, or like the management school, and Harper, and I found out that I could do an accelerated degree program. So right now I'm actually doing a little bit faster. I'm in my junior year, but I'm actually taking graduate school, so I'm in a bunch of management classes. I've had a really fun time doing it, and I can get 2 degrees in a lot less time and saving a lot of money. So I think if it is possible and something you want to do, it's definitely a really cool opportunity that Binghamton provides.
Awesome, thank you very much. For the tour guide, so what are your experiences with some professors at Binghamton? You know, is it hard for you to get to know them? Is it hard to reach them?
So I can talk about that again really quick. I'm sure another tour guide could jump in as well. I think the easily faculty is one of my favorite things at Binghamton. I truly have not had a professor yet. I was actually just answering a question in the chat where like that someone asked one of my favorite classes, which was developmental psychology. And my professor, Erin Jant, like we got to raise a virtual child, you know, like I had to go to office hours sometimes because I didn't really, you know, understand some of the material maybe. And I feel like even on like the larger class sizes, you know, they're also available with their office hours. Professors have to have them twice a week. And if you can't make that, you can just email them, and they love to talk to you. They love to talk about what they're doing, their work. It's actually how I got involved in research that way as well. So I say they're very accessible, they're very friendly, and they do a great job teaching the material.
Does any other tour guides have experiences with their professors?
Yeah, I'll jump in. So she mentioned that all professors are required to have 2 sessions of office hours a week or whatever. And as a tour guide, that's a number that I probably should know better. But in my experience, most professors are way more liberal with their office hours, and they have them so many times a week. Or you could email them and say, hey, can I meet at this time? And if they're free, they're going to just say yes. My favorite example is Dr. Kissling and Dr. Tong. They co-teach organic chemistry, and between the 2 of them, they have 18 hours of office hours every single week. One of them's at 9:30 on Tuesday nights because Dr. Kissling knows that everybody's free on 9:30 at Tuesday nights, and she wants to make sure that she's accessible to people. And they're still having all of those office hours even now on Zoom from their homes. So like our professors here really do want to reach out to students, get to know them. Dr. Kissling will literally call on people by name in her 200-person lecture. And I never even went to her office hours at that point, but somehow she knew my name. So they really do want to get to know students.
Great, thank you very much. For Michelle's, so a lot of questions are asking about changing your majors to a different school. Okay, so can you speak a little bit about IUTs, the intra-university transfers?
Yes, absolutely. So it's not uncommon for some students to spend their first or second semester either in Harper College or in another college, and they find a major that is better suited for them outside the college. So what we would have you do is you would spend your first 2 semesters, at least your first 2 semesters in Harper College, and you would submit what we call an intra-university transfer application. It's a very simple application. And then based off of that school's requirements, the school or admissions would consider your application. And so there are a lot of things that are considered as a part of your application to transfer into another school. And it could be certain prereqs that you need to complete, your progress towards your degree, so many other things. And so whenever we have students who are looking to either transfer into Harper College or transfer into another school, we always encourage them to talk to both Harper Academic Advising and also the other school's advising office. Every school, every program has an academic advisor, and so we would just encourage you to get to know them sooner as soon as possible, and that way you could talk about the IUT process.
Great, thanks. Another question that came up a lot is about general education requirements. Are all students across Binghamton required to take gen eds, and what's that experience like?
They are. So I guess I know Dario mentioned it before about general education and how he found his love for history, but all undergraduate students at the university, they're required to complete general education requirements. And general education requirements, they need to be completed by the time that you graduate. And there are 13 different categories. Categories range from aesthetics, foreign language, wellness and activity, humanities, etc. I'm not going to go over all of them right now. And so there are a variety of ways that students can fulfill those gen ed requirements. Some students fulfill it with some AP or higher level IB. Some students fulfill it because the gen ed requirements are going to overlap with their major requirements. So that's a possibility too. And we also use it as a way for students to broaden their academic horizons and to see what sort of offerings we have out there. And so these are classes that are to expand your knowledge and I know too, it is something that our students do enjoy taking, hopefully.
And this is actually for the tour guides related to gen eds and actually classes. So what is course registration like? Like when does this usually occur? Sure, Dario.
All right. Yeah, so course registration, usually what happens for course registration after, because first semester is interesting because you do it at your orientation, but after that, when you register for courses, what usually happens is the whole campus is buzzing. Everybody's getting their schedules together. You can meet with an advisor if you're not sure what you want to take next semester yet. But after you know what you want to take, you can go online. The Binghamton University has this whole website set up where you can actually make your schedule yourself and see how all your classes line up to make sure nothing's overlapping. You basically make your whole schedule, and then when it's ready, registration day comes around, you have a time ticket, and you can go on and submit it to make sure that you get the classes when you want. You can make your whole schedule yourself, so pretty nice.
Great, thank you. So this question is actually for Kristen. Can you talk a little bit more about PPL?
Yeah, sure. So I am a philosophy, politics, and law major. That's not 3 separate majors. It's actually 3 sub majors into one. So I took it because I originally wanted to go to law school, I wanted to be a child advocate. Turns out it made me find my love for philosophy. So there are certain classes that you have to take within the major. There's certain major requirements, which you'll find out Harper Advising will help you. We have this program called DegreeWorks, which pretty much shows you everything you need to take. And then once you're taking it, it turns blue. Once you're not once you finish it, it turns green. I'm a very color-coded person. I mentioned my calendar before, so that was really good for me. But the major itself, you have like additional credit requirements. So I pretty much took all philosophy classes for the rest of it. Because that really is where my passion lies. I'm in like 2 ancient philosophy seminars right now, which my friends call me crazy, but I personally love it. So it definitely, you can kind of make that major what you want. So if you're more interested in like political science, or you're more interested in like, you know, the legal side of things, the major does give you some freedoms to kind of specify that.
Great, thanks. So back to Michelle. Do you actually see a lot of students graduating early from Binghamton, or how hard is that process?
We do have students who graduate sooner than 4 years. I don't have the exact numbers, but I know that it is a possibility. And so if that's something that our students are striving to do, and most certainly come on over and talk to Harper Advising, because we just want to make sure that you plan all the appropriate classes, but you also plan for your co-curricular experiences too, because that makes up a huge component of being prepared for life outside of the university. So just come talk to us. It is a possibility.
Great. And for the tour guides, do you have any experiences with like internships? Can you give some examples, and what was it like there?
No, Emily, if you want to go, you can go.
Yeah, sure. I'm assuming you mean like doing like summer internships, or
either summer or throughout the school year too.
Okay, well, I can touch on summer internships. So a really great resource we have is the Fleischmann Center. That's our Center for Career Services. So I don't know, I've really been on myself to get an internship every summer. So it was really nice having a career center to go to help me. They help with everything from resumes to your cover letters, your LinkedIn. They have, you know, they really give you a lot of networking opportunities, job and internship fairs, things like that. So luckily I was able to find an internship this summer in the fields I want to go into, and I got a lot of help from the school and being able to be prepared while applying for those jobs. So it was really helpful.
Great, thanks. Does anyone else want to talk about it?
Yeah, I can also touch on it too. So I actually had an internship within the school semester itself. I actually did help getting that internship between the pre-law advisor and the Fleischmann Center because they had the job and internship fair where over 150 different employers came. You know, we called it our best dressed day on campus. I had my resume that I helped get edited at the Fleischmann Center there. And I actually got an internship at the local Broome County legal office. And it's something where I still wanted to go into law. It kind of, you know, showed me that it just wasn't meant for me. But it was a really good experience. Every internship is a good one, even if it tells you what you don't want to do. So I definitely recommend like getting involved and getting out there in your first couple years so you can kind of like get your toes in the water and see what it's about. I did it throughout my first semester of the sophomore year. And I went to the courthouse. I went to like a bunch of like course hearings, and it was a really, really cool experience. So definitely take advantage of all the resources that you have.
Awesome, thank you. For Michelle, so if I want to be a pre-med or a pre-law advising track, what's a good major for me?
Yeah, absolutely. Before I answer that, could I piggyback off of the internships?
Yeah, of course.
Okay, awesome, thank you. So in addition to the Fleischmann Center for Career and Professional Development, Harper also has a program called Harper Edge. And the name is there to help, we created that name to demonstrate to students that we're here to help them create that edge. And so Harper Edge, they're separate from Harper Advising, but we work very closely together. We collaborate together quite frequently. It's another place for students to look into internships. We, through the Harper Edge program, they host LACE, which stands for Liberal Arts and Career Externships. And those externships are available during the winter and summer session. And we match students up, we as a college, match students up who, with Harper alums, and that way they can get a better sense of what that field is like. The Harper Edge also hosts a variety of workshops and panels, and they also host the Summer Physician Mentor Program too. So sorry, thank you, Alex, for that opportunity. And I think you also asked me what's a pre-med major?
So if I want to be a pre-med or a pre-law advising track, what are the best majors for me going down that route?
Yeah, so the best major is the major that makes sense for that student. So for pre-health and for pre-law, there's no required major. Students can major in anything that they want. So we have students who major in biology and they go to medical school. We have students who major in sociology and go to medical school. We have students who minor in Spanish, as Matt noted before too. And so there's no required major, and probably the most popular majors for our pre-health and pre-med students would be in the sciences, but students are not excluded from pursuing other programs and being pre-health. For pre-law, same thing holds true. Students can pursue any major that they want, and they will be prepared to enter law school. So we have students who do the popular PPL track, or they do, say, history or political science. We also have students who are language majors. We have math majors. The possibilities are endless. And so the answer is, it really depends on what the student's interests are and what major makes sense for their interest and their strengths.
Great, thank you. For the tour guide, so how can you kind of like handle all your like responsibilities, being a tour guide, extracurricular sports, Greek life, if you participate in any, on top of academics as well? Sure, Emily?
Oh, sorry, you can go after me. Yeah, so for me, I'm someone who does better kind of under pressure, and like I do better when I am busier. So being a tour guide, I'm also on e-board. It's the executive board. It's like you're an officer of 2 clubs. And obviously I have like, you know, your friends, and, you know, you have school, obviously. So for me, it's never really been too hard to balance everything. One thing you don't really realize before you get into college is you actually have a lot of free time. Like, I feel like you guys can agree with that. And like, I don't know, I have plenty of time to kind of like get everything done. So I feel like what Kristen said, if you want to do some sort of calendar, or it might be helpful to write out all of your assignments, things like that. But yeah, for me, I think as long as you're able to prioritize like what's due, and pick and choose like the clubs or Greek life or whatever you're interested in, what you're getting involved with, I think then you're gonna not have a hard time balancing everything.
Cool, thanks. Does anyone else want to chime in?
Hey, do you mind if I say something?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, so real quick, like on that, I feel like a lot of people, like freshmen come in and they always think like, oh, I gotta like do everything perfectly first semester, but like it's definitely a learning process because you come in from high school and high school is like, oh, I have like a packet due tomorrow, I have a worksheet due tomorrow. And then you get here and you realize you have all this free time and you have like assignments in 2 weeks, but you gotta do them now. And I think like by like the end of first semester, you know, you talk to your friends, you're doing a lot of work and you kind of figure out how like you can make a schedule for yourself, a way that works, study sessions that make you feel actually productive. And eventually, once you figure that out, it really does get pretty easy. I mean, like you said, like we're all busy people. Like I'm a double major tour guide. I'm a president for one of the clubs. Like Emily, you kind of figure out how to budget your time after you've been doing it for a while. It's definitely one of those things that just comes with practice.
And for Michelle and the tour guys, is it hard for you to get an appointment with each other? Or was it hard to, you know, kind of, are you so busy that you can't meet students when they want to meet you?
So in Harper Advising, we are pretty popular, but we are accessible to our students, and we are available to our students Monday through Friday. During regular business hours, we see students on a walk-in basis, and we also have appointments set up too. We know when our high traffic times will be, and so we prepare for that, and we have more advisors on at that time too for walk-ins. And so I would say there are a lot of us, and there are a lot of advisors, and we are here to help them. And I would say if anyone, shoot, I lost my train of thought. I apologize. But no, most certainly, students contact us in a variety of ways, and we're here to help them with it.
Awesome. And for tour guides, did you ever experience, was it hard to get in contact with an advisor?
At times, like when it's like scheduling time, like it's definitely, you have to be on top of your game and get to the walk-in hours early and everything. But I think every time I've ever gone to talk to an advisor, like I've been able to. I know my first 2 years, I exclusively actually went to Michelle. So thank you, Michelle, for saving my first 2 years. But like it might be a little bit harder to get a certain advisor, but you can always pretty much find somebody who can help you out.
Awesome. And also for tour guys, what were your biggest challenges when coming in as a first-year student, and how did Binghamton help you transition over?
Yeah, I can answer that. So I think one thing that even like they were talking about before is like you have a lot of free time, like there are a lot of things you can do. But I feel like it's also important to stress the fact that you are coming to a completely new environment as a freshman. Something very hard for me was like kind of staying on campus. Like I didn't have a car freshman year, not having any of that. But don't think that when you come here, I kind of thought that I had to be involved in everything. Like if I wasn't in every single club and I didn't go to every single GIM, then like I wasn't taking advantage of college and I wasn't taking advantage of the resources. So I just kind of want to stress that when you do come, or if you do come to Binghamton, even, yes, I recommend getting involved in 1 or 2 things, but realize that if you have some more free time, like, you make some friends, or like you go out to the movies or do something like that, that is a total valid use of your time. I would say that Binghamton is very helpful in kind of giving you some of those experiences to get involved in. So in the very first semester, they do what we call U-Fest, which is where all of the clubs come out on the main P squad of campus, and you can kind of find what things interest you. I found clubs that I probably would have never even knew existed if I didn't have opportunities like that. So I would feel that one thing they did do to help was kind of make sure I knew what I had available to me, but also make sure I knew that I didn't have to be involved in everything to be deemed successful.
Thank you. For Michelle, so a question that came up is what's the difference between a major and a minor?
Yeah, okay, so major requirements, they could vary from maybe about 40 credits up to 72 credits. Minors require about 24 credits to maybe about 28 to 32 credits. It depends on the minor. Not all major programs offer minors, but our full major and minor listing can be found right on the Harper Advising website, as well as that link that I shared with everyone before that lists all of our programs.
Great, thanks. And for the tour guides, what's the least favorite thing about Binghamton have you found?
I guess I can go first for it. I wouldn't say there's a particular least favorite thing. I mean, everyone has their own things of what they prefer and what they don't prefer. I feel like my personal hardest transition was not making all of my food. I was very much someone who knew everything that went in my food, made breakfast, lunch, and dinner every single day in high school. So kind of adjusting to a dining hall was hard. And not saying the food is bad, it's just hard to not have made that myself. But there are kitchens in every single dorm building, so I kind of found out how to cope with that. So I'd say that's the one original downside I had, but I learned how to work with it.
Anyone else want to chime in? Oh, you guys.
I mean, I'll say the easy answer is the weather, because it's just not great there. But everybody kind of knows that. I think one of the things that I actually like had the most like annoyance with about Binghamton during my first couple years, especially when I lived on campus, the gym's a little far away from the dorms. But what I ended up doing was just kind of starting my timer on my workout when I was leaving and counting my walk as part of the workout, and that ended up working well for me.
Awesome. Also for the tour guys, how much time do you typically spend per week studying and doing homework? Yeah, sure, Dario.
Sorry, I wasn't working. Time per week studying, honestly, depends on the week. There are busy weeks and not busy weeks. There are really like some weeks where it's like you realize, you look at your schedule, you're like, wow, I have like not a lot of things coming up. I can spend some time with my friends this week. Like I can like relax, watch some Netflix. And there are other weeks where it's like, okay, now I have to like start working on my papers. I have to start doing all this. On those weeks, I generally say like every night I try to sit down and do some work, even if there's nothing pressing, just because it means that like when those things are pressing, it means I already have a lot of it done. You know, starting is half the battle. So if I do have like papers coming up and stuff, I try to work at least like 3 or 4 hours a night. Just make sure that like, if I do spend at least 3 hours a night, then that's 3 hours of work that I'm not gonna have to squeeze in later. Like I already have that done. So definitely like busy weeks, you're gonna work a few hours a day.
Sure, so definitely time management for that.
And then, you know, finals weeks, obviously you're gonna be studying all around the clock.
Great. For Michelle, can you go over the scheduling process for first year students?
Yeah, absolutely. So students will register for classes when they attend orientation. And so at orientation, we actually give you some homework to do before you attend. And that way it helps you better prepare for the possible course selections and also to help you get better acclimated to the systems that we have here. And so the homework is, it's right on what we call the Binghamton portal. It's my.binghamton.edu. And students will be telling us information about themselves, coursework that they completed while in high school, their AP, IB, whatnot, and they share with us their academic interests. And then we have a team of advisors who work with us throughout the summer, and they're working with students very closely, and they provide feedback on the types of classes that they're interested in taking. And then our goal is that when you come to orientation, you have an idea. You've already looked at the schedule of classes, and you have a general outline of the different types of classes that would be of interest for you. And then we'll be working together in small groups and registering for classes together at orientation. And then we have students who come back in August, and they might want to switch a few classes here and there around, and students have the ability to do that. And academic advising is available to assist our students who have those questions. And that's at least for the orientation session. And then as the core guys were talking about before, that's really the only time that, you know, since orientation is so new to you, and, you know, all the other times we'll be preparing students, you know, weeks in advance, and they'll have several conversations to better prepare for course registration.
And the last question I want to ask the tour guys, so why did you pick Binghamton?
I can go first.
Oh, sorry. You can go.
Okay, so I feel like sometimes I like to say why I picked Binghamton was because, I mean, like I thought it was the best school for me, but I actually kind of want to flip that question a little bit and choose why I stayed, because I think that picking it is kind of like a, you know, you think it's what's right, but you don't really know. So why I stayed at Binghamton personally is truly the opportunity that the school provided for me. I kind of thought going into it that I couldn't really be a part of a bunch of, like really a part of things until, you know, past my freshman year on campus. But by second semester freshman year, I was executive president of my, you know, residential community. I've been to a bunch of like conferences all across the country. Like I've truly done so much during my time at Binghamton, and I'd say that's easily my favorite part.
Yeah, so I definitely agree with Kristen that there were so many opportunities and great experiences I was able to have at Binghamton, which is why I stayed. But I guess I'll touch on a little bit why I chose in the first place, just to kind of, you know, so people can maybe like have similar experiences. Binghamton was my top choice. I don't know, I just kind of like, I really like that it's in SUNY. It's 4 hours from my house. I thought the size of the school was really good. There are just a lot of things that checked off my list. I mean, that could be any school though that can really like check those boxes. So it was really like when I visited the school for the first time, that was kind of really when I was interacted with the tour guides and everyone, that was really when I was able to kind of see myself there. And it was really just like talking to people I knew who went there and like hearing about their experiences and just like really being able to picture myself there. That's kind of how I got really excited, and I knew that it would be a good fit for me besides like all the generic boxes it checked off.
So yeah, I'll touch upon both, like why I chose Binghamton and what I love about it a little bit. So I chose Binghamton because of the location. First of all, it was about 4 hours from my house, so it's close enough that I can go home if I have to, far enough that my mom can't surprise me. That was definitely a plus for me. Also just the great programs and everything that it offered. When I toured there twice, it was like snowing both times and I still ended up really liking it. And I'm like, this is probably a good sign that I like it even like this. But the thing that I think is best about Binghamton is that the way that the students are, because I really thought that college was going to be like super competitive, kids fighting each other over grades and against the curve and stuff. But I've just never experienced that at all. Like students really do help each other out. You know, if you miss a class, they'll share notes or they'll give you suggestions on how to do better on the next test. They'll work together on things. So it's not really a competitive environment, and that really makes college a lot easier to get through because you have a really good support system just within the student body itself.
Great, thank you. Last but not least, Dario.
All right, yeah. So when I chose Binghamton, I was deciding between Binghamton and a small private school. And I remember like when I chose Binghamton, I was like, I had no idea what I wanted to do with like small private school, like big public school Binghamton. And my parents told me that they just wanted like me to be like good with whatever school I went to. So they said, you know, choose whatever you want, and then if you don't like it, you can transfer. And so I was like, that's a good plan. Like I'll go to Binghamton because, you know, good price, a lot of opportunities. Let me see what happens. So I went to Binghamton, and I say like, so I chose Binghamton just because, again, I wanted to see what it was like before I decided if I was going to stay there all 4 years. But I stayed here because this school, like everyone has been saying, the community here is so accepting. Like it's really crazy when you hear about all these like competitive schools where people are like competing for grades and like top of the class and all that kind of stuff. And at Binghamton, it's more like, you know, all those classes, everyone's working together. You know, people. I'm in classes now where every single class nowadays, everyone has a group chat for the class where everybody's in the group chat because everyone just wants to talk to each other, be like, hey, who's working on this assignment? Like, how's it going? Everybody got started on their paper yet? Stuff like that. It's a great community, and it feels just like everyone's trying to push each other to be their best. So that's definitely why I stay at Binghamton. Why I spend all my free time talking to people about how much I love it.
Awesome, thank you. So that wraps up our webinar. Thank you, Michelle, Dario, Kristen, Matt, and Emily for joining us on the panel and presenting, and everybody else behind the scenes on Q&A. Thank you, everyone. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you, guys. Congrats again.
Thank you. Congratulations.
Congratulations.
Yes, congratulations.